Hey, how's it going? This is the part 2 video for the SJRC F11. I'm going to be going over the manual a little bit and showing you how to connect it and work it. And then the part 3 video after this one will be the flight test. So basically just going over it a little bit. They're saying here, flying open areas, fly with strong GPS, maintain line of sight, fly below 400 feet, avoid flying over or near obstacles, crowds, high voltage, power lines, trees, airport, or bodies of water. Do not fly near strong electromagnetic sources such as power lines and base stations as it may affect the onboard compass. Do not use the drone in adverse weather conditions such as rain, snow, fog, and wind speeds exceeding 22 miles per hour. All right. Over here, as they're just explaining the intelligent battery. Okay, now they're saying in here that the battery in the drone takes 4.5 hours to charge, and that you can put it in a wall plug, but that's not included, as you can see here, the wall plug. Or just through USB. So 4.5 hours, and they say depending on your charging method. So I'm assuming 4.5 hours if you have it charging through your wall. They're saying that the remote 2 charges USB and takes 50 minutes to charge the controller. And those are both micro USB. Okay. They're saying here, if you hit the camera button and the power button together when the controller's off, that will switch your throttle. So over here, it'll basically swap your controller. So like mode 1 and mode 2. Okay. Here are your calibrations. If we go up and in like this, that's going to make it blink like that. And that is going to require us to have the drone facing like this, and you just turn your body and the rear lights went solid. Then we're going to take the drone and face it downwards and do the same thing, rotate our body, and those are going to go solid pretty quickly. Okay, like that. Now they're solid. It should switch back to searching for GPS. Yes, when there's white in the front and blue in the back like that, it is searching for GPS. And remember, when you turn the drone on first, you go up and then down, and that pairs your transmitter to the drone. Up, then down. Okay, now that is how you do your compass calibration. Okay, 1 and 11 o'clock, and you rotate your body, point the camera down, do it that way. Here is your gyroscope calibration. So we go up and out. That. You'll see the camera move like that. That is getting the compass done. Make sure you're also doing this on a level surface when you're outside. This here, 5 and 7 o'clock or down and in, is to stop your motors or start your motors. So to get the drone to take off, okay, I'm gonna test it here, give it some space. You go down and in. That is supposed to start the motors. But I guess maybe it's not going to start with no GPS. If you're outside, you're connected to GPS. They're saying that's how you start your motors. Sorry. You go down and in, push the joysticks into the 5 and 7 o'clock position. Motors are starting automatically. Push the left joystick up to take off or short pressing to take off. Note, starting the motors should be set before the drone takes off. Stopping motors, pushing the joysticks into 5 and 7 o'clock position. Again, motors will stop working. So that's like your emergency stop. The motors will stop working if the motors starting are not operated after 20 seconds. So if you start the motors and they start to spin and 20 seconds go by and you don't take it off, they will stop again and go back to normal. Okay. And this just says that the follow me function follows the GPS in your phone, not by camera or line of sight. So when you set it to follow me, it's going to be following the GPS inside of your phone, and wherever you go, it's going to follow your phone basically. And here's your 3 different return to homes. So it does have return to home, smart return to home, which is the button, low battery return to home. So when the battery gets low, it should return to home or its takeoff point, and fail connection return to home, meaning if the transmitter loses connection with the quadcopter, it should return to its takeoff point. Okay. This is just explains headless mode. Headless mode is right here, the button here with the compass on it. And when you put it in a headless mode, they're basically just saying, instead of there being your orientation mattering where the drone's facing, when you put it in headless mode, it doesn't matter where the drone's facing. North will always be north. So when you first turn your quadcopter on and you pair your transmitter and you hit headless mode, where you're pointing, where your transmitter pointing is going to be your north. Nothing comes up. So I had to use the QR code to download that. I already have the app downloaded on here. So now we're going to get this pair. So we just turn it on, up, down. It's doing this calibration. Okay. Now it does look like it's asking me, it wants me to do the calibration again. So it may require you to do the calibration every time. Let's see if it comes up. There we go. SJ GPS Pro. I'm going to click that. Okay, now that we're connected, we're then going to connect to the SJ GPS app. And let's see if we get some FPV. Okay. Controls, allow. Let's see. There we go. Got FPV. It's a little lag there. We'll see more how that is when we're actually outside. I did notice that different phones give the drones different lag, or some have less. So here's that satellite button it was saying to push to bring up the map in case you lost your drone. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Let's head back out. So here you just have your on-screen control. So if you hit the controller, you're going to get your active track, your return to home, your auto takeoff, your auto landing if you're controlling it by your phone. Here's your gestures. You're supposed to be able to peace and wave, and it's supposed to take a picture or take a video or something like that. Here you take a picture. There you record a video, and this is looking like recording audio or microphone. I've never seen that. Down here in the bottom right, you can see your controller's battery life and your drone's battery life. Okay. And then you could just push that button just to bring up the map. So you can have your map and I guess and your FPV screen. This is going to be your photos and videos. So when you fly your drone and you take your photos and videos, they will be stored there. This looks like flight log, the date you flew, and the highest distance you went during that flight, highest speed you went during that flight, and the highest altitude you went during that flight. VR mode, if you got some VR goggles. And this basically just rotates your screen. Let's come over here to settings in the upper right. Okay. Here it's in beginner mode, restricting it to 30 meters of flight distance and 30 meters flight altitude, 25 meters of return to home altitude. We can then take beginner mode off. And we can bring this up to 1,200 meters, this up to 1,200 meters. Well, let's just up the return height. Okay, now we're probably not going to get 1,200 meters, at least definitely not FPV, but it does up your range and whatnot. And then you just hit save. Okay, I think that about covers it for the app. I want you guys to really know what you're buying when you get it. So far, I haven't flown it yet, but so far it seems pretty decent. I'll see you on the third and final video, the SJRC F11. Thank you for watching, and you have a great day.